Good evening, everyone. My name is Gail Giles Gidney, and this sounds very loud. I'm the Mayor of Willoughby City Council. I'm very proud Mayor for the last 5.5 years, and it's my pleasure to welcome you here this evening. We have around 70 RSVPs, so it looks like we're a bit down on numbers. We can blame the storm for that, but we will start on time because we've got a rather full program this evening. And those of you that have attended a meeting that I've chaired before will know that I'm pretty tight on the old time frame, and I have made a commitment to have you out of here by 8 p.m, so we'll be sticking to that time frame. Before I head off talking about what we're going to be discussing this evening, I do want to acknowledge the traditional inhabitants of the land on which we stand, the Aboriginal people, their spirits and ancestors, and acknowledge the vital contribution that Indigenous people and cultures have made and continue to make to this nation that we share, Australia. And this information seminar is being recorded and will be available on our website, and we do keep any recordings for a period of 2 years, so you can go back and review the information that has been imparted to you. We also webcast our council meetings, so if you've ever got an interest in a particular topic or want to see what we're up to at council, I would encourage you to go to our website and have a look at that. It can be quite interesting. Well, it's interesting me. I get excited about these things. And just a reminder, if you have got questions, that we just ask that you please be courteous. I'm sure you would do that anyway. I'm very pleased that we've got a number of our councillors supporting this event. We are very keen on supporting small business here at Willoughby City Council, and that is reflective on the number of councillors that we've got supporting. So Deputy Mayor Craig Campbell, do you want to just stand up when I announce your name? Craig Campbell. And we've got Councillor Christine Chuon. Welcome, Christine. And Councillor Tony Mustaka. Welcome, Tony. Councillor Brendan Zhu. Councillor Hugh Erickson. And we've got Councillor Wendy Norton there at the back there. And also Councillor Judith Rutherford. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule. The reason why these community information seminars, or part of the reason, is that we had a change in our programming due to the Office of Local Government and some things they suggested to us about our meeting schedule, and so we have gone to once a month for our regular meetings. It was once a fortnight, so that left us with a free Monday night, and I think we're gluttons for punishment, I don't know, but it was a good opportunity to run these seminars for people on various topics. We've had some fantastic topics to date, and this one of course is on small business. And the topics that we're going to cover this evening is from Service New South Wales, the Easy to Do Business program. And this is how the award-winning Easy to Do Business program can assist small business in council's role in that program. Then we're going to hear from the Department of Industry New South Wales Business Connect service. And that's an introduction to Business Connect, how it helps small business and how to access services. We've also got then our third lot of speakers. We'll be talking to you about how Willoughby Council is supporting economic growth and learning how Council is supporting economic growth and enabling businesses within our area. And this is including the streetscapes, the Better Business Partnership, and also the many festivals and events that we hold. And as I mentioned, we are going to have you out of here by 8 o'clock. But the councillors and our senior members of staff, a number of our senior members of staff over here, Deborah Just, our CEO, Greg McDonald, I can see there as well, from Planning, our Community Services Director. We've got Mel Smith, and also Dean Frost there from our Corporate Services. And we've got Sam here as well, Sam Connor, who is from our Events and Media team. So if you want questions afterwards, we will be holding back and making sure we're available to you. So I've got a great deal of pleasure in introducing our first presenter, Antony D'Cruz. And Anthony is a council relationship manager, and he will introduce Easy to Do Business, a free service operated across a range of industries that provides personalised help and support when starting or expanding businesses. So welcome, Anthony, over to you.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening. As mentioned, my name is Antony D'Cruz, and I am the Council Relationship Manager for Service New South Wales and the Easy to Do Business program. Before I start, I would like to actually thank the Council, the Mayor, councillors and the staff for coming on board and supporting this program. The Council has been one of the first councils that actually signed up or joined as a partnership to this program, which is very evident that they are and they want to support small business within the locality. Thank you very much for that. Now, Easy to Do Business program is a program that was in 2013 put together by the Office of Small Business Commissioner, the Better Regulation Division, and Service New South Wales. It is a state government initiative. So the program works with the 3 tiers of government. It's a free service. As mentioned, we provide a business concierge service to help small business owners start, grow, and develop their business further. The reason for change, people who have started a small business probably know that it is not an easy journey going through finding out the different policies, regulations, and understanding these policies and regulations, and also getting the information that is needed for an application form to make sure that the information that is provided is correct. There's nothing like getting a DI, for example, brought to the council and not having the right information, and then it gets rejected. That's another delay. So we want the Service New South Wales program will fill in that gap. So we want to make sure that when the customer comes on board, they understand the big picture, not just in silos. They work in silos, understanding, let me do my DA now, and after that I'll decide, should I get a liquor license or one food license or whatever. We want to make sure that they can do all this at the same time, and that way save time, and time obviously is money. People leave their jobs thinking that it's not seeing the big picture, go take loans or whatever, and then try to run a business, and halfway through the process realize it's much more complicated and confusing than what first thought. So we work with that. We try to find out all the answers for the customer, even before they leave their jobs or even leave when they come out of uni or whatever, just to make sure that they understand the enormity of it. It's not simple. When they agree to that, you have sleepless nights thinking, when's the next bill going to be paid and how is it going to be paid. So that's where we come in. We find all the answers. Try and find all the answers that a business owner might need to run their business, start their business. One thing I've got to make everyone understand is that we are not advisors. We are here to provide guidance. We will talk to the customer, find out what they want, and find the answers through the council, through the state government, or the federal government. When a customer inquiry or question or anything comes to on the verge of an advice, that's where we draw the line. We are not advisors. So this is where we will pass on that customer onto Business Connect. And Gary, who's the next speaker, will take you a little bit more in detail and the services provided and all the benefits to that. But the customer who comes on board through the Easy to Do Business program doesn't have to actually leave the page or our portal. They can have a warm transfer within our page to Business Connect. And as I mentioned, Gary will take you through the service and things that they can support and provide. We make it easier. You have a single portal. So if you log on to my Service New South Wales page, you have try and get all the answers from all the different agencies, the 3 tiers of government. So like I said, you don't waste your time searching for answers, and as you go finding out that, I should have been on another page. See, we have worked with, I'm still working with liquor and gaming. People who have started a cafe or a bar or a small bar will know the issues that you have trying to find the right licenses. What we have done is work with liquor and gaming to filter all these, the different options that a customer will have or may have to get their business up and running and start earning money rather than waiting for 6 months to get a license, for example. So there are a lot of options, so it is very, very straightforward now. It's filtered, so the customer can actually, based on the question they have, click on that link, and that will provide them with an idea of what they should and they can do. And the other good thing is that we do not host these pages on our web page. These are all links to either the state government, local government, or the federal government. they are actual links to that page. So in case there is a change, it's an updated page. If we host a page, obviously we got to keep on top of it to make sure we know when it changes. So by not hosting it and by providing links, they automatically filter through as and when any changes are made. As I said, we work with the 3 tiers of government, and some of the ways we work with local government is, DIs, getting all the electronic transfers, complying with CDCs, or everything that the council needs to do to get a business up and running. So when we first came on board, or when the council came on board with us to the program, we made sure that we have a complete list of all the forms that the council had or has got on board to make a business, a transaction for a business owner, seamless, to make it easier. So we will provide the customer with a link to that form, rather than the customer trying to search and find the form and in some cases getting it wrong. And like I said before, they fill the form in, they take it to the council, and then they realize they just got the wrong information. So once the customer fills in any of those forms, we have a look at it to make sure that all the information that is there is correct. And it abides by the requirements, the rules of the council or any other agencies. For example, if they ask you to put a drawing of the outdoor dining area, there's no point in putting a photograph of your dog. You need to have the actual drawing. So you make sure that what is required is there. And that way there's no reason for rejection or kickback. The state government, mainly it is the liquor and gaming issues that customers face. We did the research in 2013, and customers told us that they spent a lot of time and then still not understanding what is it that they needed to actually get a liquor license. Because there were a lot of liquor licenses there, not a lot, 4 or 5, which could change depending on your circumstance, and people did not understand what was actually really qualified, or they qualified for which license. So we made that easier. We streamlined it. As I said, we put through like a filter, and they can have access to these forms through our pages as well. And the other important thing is we work with the federal government for the ABN, ACN business numbers, name, making sure that they do have a business name before they even start talking to anybody. Make sure that they have the right ABN for their businesses, and that again is as a warm transfer from our page as well. And these are the things that, as Gary will later discuss as well, things that we can fill the gap when a customer is on his or her journey. Okay, this is a web page. We have 5 industry sectors that are officially approved by the state and federal government. Cafe, restaurants and small bars were the very first one that we launched, and the reason for that was that was the most confusing and complicated process. They had over 48 forms to be filled in. If you wanted a cafe to sell alcohol and food, 48 forms, you had to ring 15, 16 numbers, different numbers, not one number. So we picked that. So we got the hardest one out of the way first, and then we moved on to housing construction. Having said that, every sector has got its own challenges, but 60 to 70% of information that is needed from a small business owner to start a small business was covered by the cafe, restaurants and small bar sector. The cafe, small bar and the housing construction sector, customers who come on board and who fall within that category, they will be presented with a dashboard. What the dashboard will do is the customers can actually track the progress, understand and see what the things that they need to do. Like I said, people go to work every day, and by the time they come back after work, it's a tiring day, they're going to forget what they need to do, but this way they look at their dashboard, they can see the things that are outstanding, and based on the time frame that they have given or they've told us when they would like to open the door. So that's a reminder for them to show that you got to do a few things, and once that is done, they just got to say, click on the button and that disappears. Down the track, we are adding more transactions as we work with the different agencies. We're getting more transactions on, and we're also building dashboards for the other sectors as well. This is our landing page, just quickly to show how a customer can actually come onto the program. Once you go into Service New South Wales and click on Making Business Easier, the council has got a link as well to this page. All you got to do is pick any of these sectors, and if there's any customer who's wanting to do it, and if you think, oh, I don't fall under any of these sectors, doesn't matter. 60 to 70% of our customers that we actually support now are actually out of this industry, out of these industries. So it's wide, and we understand that the need is in the greater, and we just can't say it's good. We're only talking about it because this is the officially funded industries that we have at the moment. Once you come out of it, this is all you have to do is enter those details in, the 7 boxes, and you can pick a time, a day, when you would like someone to call you, and they will call you within 48 hours. And as I mentioned, there is it's a free business concierge service. Once you sign up to the program, and when a business concierge calls you, it will be the same person who will call you every time. You don't have to ring another number and ask for somebody and then start your story all over again. They have that information in our CRM or Salesforce, which if, let's say, that this business concierge is not there one day, anybody else can jump on board and understand your journey and see where you are at any stage. This is the dashboard I was talking to you about. If you look at it, you have the different things that a sample dashboard, what things you may want to consider. There are a lot of things that customers may not realize that they need to do when they start the business. For example, music license. People say, oh, I've got my CD, my own CD, I don't need a license. That's incorrect. If you're going to play that CD at a public event or a public place, you still need to apply for a license. So the idea of the program is not only to help customers start their business quicker, it's also to make sure that they don't lose money in the process, that they don't have the right approvals, all the boxes are not being ticked, which they will find out later and by default, and then it's a waste of money. So we want to make sure that before they open the doors, they have all the information there, they have all the policies, regulations. We know there are a lot of policies, but we're not saying that the policies shouldn't be there, but they need to know the policies and regulations that they need or they should be covered under are all ticked off. Okay, this is a very quick customer journey. Once they sign up to the program, the business concierge will talk to the customer, understand the big picture, see what they want to do, and then do some research, find out all the forms, all the policies, regulations that they need to do, present it back to the customer. This is when we will interact with the council or the agencies to find out if there's anything else that for this particular business. In most cases, the customer would actually know where they want to start the business, so we know where the premise is going to be. Just make sure there are no limitations. There's no, just because a particular premises had a cafe doesn't mean that they've been officially approved to have a cafe. We have a lot of customers starting to say, I bought a cafe, it's already up and running, or running cafe, but when you check with the council, they would not have had the actual approval. So we just want to make sure that before they sign up and pay any money, that area, that premises is actually allowed to have the business. They want to sell alcohol. Maybe there's restrictions, you can't sell alcohol. Just the big picture, they want to sell alcohol in a particular place. So we make sure that that's all done. That's the research we do. Once that is done, we fill in the necessary forms, send it back to the customer, get the customer fill in the forms, make sure that they are correct. We do a check with them over the phone, or maybe in some cases they come in, they drop in, we have a look, see everything is correct. And then the customer will lodge the form directly. We will not be lodging at this stage anyway, or taking any money. They will make the payment, they will lodge the form directly with whichever agency they have to do that. Obviously in this case the council will then get the forms, make the assessment and determination, and in most cases advise the customer of the outcome. One thing we ask the council is, if possible, let us also know so we can actually track, so we can bring the customer and make sure that they're happy and there's nothing else that we need to do to support them. We don't want them to be on our books unnecessarily saying we have 200 customers when 100 of them would have already completed their journey. But we do proactively bring the customer to see where they are at and what other information or help we can provide. So one of the most important things, I suppose, what can the council do towards make awareness? And Mustafa has been great inviting me to different events and things where we can actually talk to the customers, and events like this, make sure that you guys are not alone. Businesses who are starting or growing, you're not on your own. You have the council, you have Service New South Wales there to support you. So even if you're thinking of growing, people who have had a bad experience or tough experience, or not bad, of the journey being stretched out for whatever reason it may be. We want you to be comfortable to think that there is somebody else there now to do that work for you while you are working during the day, doing what you do best, making money. There's somebody else working for you on behalf of you. Some of my customers have said they see us as an extension of their business. So when they come home, they have an email or a phone call or whatever to say, oh, you've got to do this form, this is the form you need to complete. So they don't have to waste time after 6 o'clock in the evening coming home tired and searching for some form when somebody in the business concierge has already done that for you. So that is one thing we would like to do, is get more involved in any way possible. Be there to support the council in their journey making small businesses, and so the owners have that support. And Service New South Wales is happy to be there. Again, we don't want to change any of the processes of the council. We will go with what the council tells us. If the council has got a particular assessment process, we will go with that. So we create a knowledge articles, a knowledge base based on each council. So when a customer comes from that particular council, we know exactly what is it that the council needs. What sort of forms they need. Do they need it on a USB form or a key, or do they need a CD-ROM? So some councils do take them, or a hard copy. So we know that when they come to the council, they still have the right information. Okay, what's changing? Nothing really. We will provide the service. We can, in some cases, provide a cover letter with a form that comes through our program. So when it comes to the council is aware of that it's come through the program, that someone's actually looked at it and made sure that things are correct, and have the confidence that another set of eyes have actually looked through that program. We do not collect any information. All the information that we collect of our customer details, and if the council wants some information, we will check with the customer first whether we can provide the information, and most customers are happy to share it because it is for them it is also a great thing to show that yes, they come through the program and they're one of the ambassadors of the program and for the council as well. So offer that, and Mr. was also we're looking into that to see how can we promote existing businesses that have come through the program, how we can use them for the good of the community. Okay, at the moment we have close to 5,600 customers on board, 112 councils that have gone live, and 98% of customer satisfaction. And we also have a lot of how-to-do guides on our portal. So customers don't have to actually sign up in the initial stage. They may just want to go through our pages, have a look at it, find all the information that they think and in some cases, yes, they find a lot of information that they don't really sign up. That's also great, because then as long as the customer journey, irrespective of whether they sign up to the program or not, we want to make it easier for the customer. We want to be customer-centric. It's about the customer, so that's the most important thing. So we are building those pages, making sure that a lot more information is collected from different agencies and the councils so that we can have it all there on one portal. There's a difference of 117 and 112, or 117 signed up, as you all know, the council know. By the time you sign up and then getting it passed through to go live, it's a bit of delay. We've got another 5 or 6 councils more to come on live, and then we'll have all of them. Some of the customers, what they said, I've got a couple of videos that I would like to play, which is real customer. Your time?
Yeah, we've got about 5 minutes
Yep.
for any questions. So.
Okay, so I think we leave the videos for later. So let's go with questions then. Thank you. Anybody got any questions? That's easy. Thank you. Oh yes, sure.
Will be coming online as or
We still can help any customer from any industry, doesn't matter. The only difference is that you won't have a dashboard now, but irrespective of what industry you are planning to, we can help you.
Thank you.